My name is Rhexah, and welcome to my best games of 2018. As a brand new annual event, every single December I want to look back at the previous year and take a look at some of the games that impressed me the most, left the biggest impact on me, and games that I just absolutely loved. Because it's great to have those memories, but it's even better to have a great list of games if you're looking to surprise somebody this year with that great surprise game. So today we're going to be looking back at my best games of 2018. I should say as well, I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible because not everybody's made of time. Plus, I've got a lot to talk about today. I'll start with A Way Out. A Way Out is an action adventure game directed by Joseph Fares, where you play as Vincent Moretti and Leo Caruso as you attempt to break out of jail and thereafter follow the story of these two characters. It's best left unspoiled. The most interesting part about this game is that it's played split screen, either online or local co-op, and it works amazingly well. I admit to being a little bit skeptical about the whole split screen way of doing the game, but it really does not get in the way. The character development, the writing, the game is just wonderful. It is absolutely incredible. I absolutely would hands down give this game of the year if there wasn't so many more great games to come after this. It's incredible. I went into this thoroughly excited and I came out of it fully satisfied. The story, the writing, the soundtrack, the graphics and mechanics. This is a great game. This game is available on Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so you can definitely get this for somebody in your life. Plus, if you want to get this for yourself, I highly recommend it. It is just incredible from beginning to end. The next needs no introduction. You probably already know it. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is developed by Rockstar Games, makers of Grand Theft Auto and Max Payne 3, and Bully, or Canis Canem Edit if you're from the Americas. Red Dead 2 is a Wild West open-world action game developed by Rockstar Games, and it is actually a prequel to the 2010 Red Dead Redemption. And this game is just an absolute blast. It absolutely pushes the envelope of what Rockstar Games and games themselves can do in the open world genre. You play as the main character, Arthur Morgan, who is part of the Vanderlyn gang, and you kind of go about figuring out what his life is meant to be. You go out robbing people, you steal horses, you carry bales of hay to your horses, and you learn, you live, you experience the lives of all of these gang members, and it's just wonderful. The story, the world design, the mechanics, the graphics, the soundtrack, everything about this game you could praise for days. Again, I would give this game of the year, but there are still so many more games yet to talk about. I really recommend this game. This is available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and I'm predicting it will come out on PC maybe a year later. We don't know yet. Basically, if you or you know somebody who likes Grand Theft Auto as a franchise, they will probably love this game. The next is the award-winning Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human is a highlight of 2018. It is developed by Quantic Dream, the same developers who made Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and my own nostalgic personal favourite, Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy. Quantic Dreams make heavily narrative-based games. These games, you can make choices, and that will directly affect the storyline, the ending, and sometimes your choices will have grave consequences. In Detroit Become Human, you play as three main characters: Connor, a police android; Kara, a housekeeping android; and Marcus, a caretaker android. All of these androids experience intertwining experiences through the story, and it follows the story of these androids discovering freedom. It's a fantastic story, it's a wonderful story, and it's just an absolutely incredible game. The visuals, the settings, the story, the characters, the voice actors, it's all beautiful. This game won awards, and for good reason. I highly recommend this game if you enjoy a slower paced experience and enjoy story-heavy games. Honestly, I don't think you could go wrong with buying this game. But unfortunately, this game is exclusive to the PlayStation 4 only. Now, God of War. Unfortunately, God of War I don't have very much experience with, as I personally have not played this. Removing this game from the best of 2018 list just because I haven't played it would do this game a great dishonor. Many people call this game a reboot of the entire God of War franchise, and in this game you still continue to play as the Greek god Kratos, but this time he's joined by his son Atreus as they go on this expansive adventure to spread the ashes of Atreus' mother and Kratos' wife. Along their journey, you fight gods, monsters, beasts. It's just an absolutely incredible game. Do not let my brief knowledge of this game put you off. This is a must-have for the PlayStation 4. Next, Spider-Man. Do I really need to tell you what you do in this game? As usual, you're playing as Peter Parker, the Masked Crusader. I almost said caped. And you're going around, you're fighting crime, you're web-slinging. This is one of the most satisfying Spider-Man games I've ever experienced. It's just a blast. Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2 is heralded as the best Spider-Man game, but this game really did well at taking that crown. As usual, you're web-slinging, you're fighting crime, you are just being the best Spider-Man you can be. It's really fun. It's a really great game. Again, this is a must-have for the PlayStation 4. It's just a riot. Moving away from the PlayStation 4 for the first time, we are going to Forza Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 4 is one of the best racing games I've played in a very long time. Forza Horizon 4 is an open-world racing game developed by Playground Games, and it's available on Microsoft Windows and Xbox One. It's just an absolute blast to play. I got to play this on the PC, and my experience was just incredible, so I cannot even begin to imagine what this would be like on the Xbox One. Visually amazing, dynamically, racing-wise, it's incredible. If you've got an Xbox One or PC, most people do these days, this is a fantastic game. It is absolutely incredible. The racing, the seasons, the visuals, the sounds, it's absolutely incredible. I really like this game. My all-time favorite racing game was Project Cars for quite a long time, but even though this offers a much more casual experience, this is my favorite. My experience with racing games does come from a simulation background, so maybe my opinion on a casual racing game like this would differ from a regular gamer. I think it's just a great couch game. Heck, it's another award-winning game. How wrong can you go? Now, moving on to the Nintendo Switch with one of my absolute favorite games, an absolute surprise for me, Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler is just one of the cutest games that you will see on the Nintendo Switch. Octopath Traveler is a turn-based role-playing game developed by Square Enix, and it's just a blessing in disguise. I came to this game because visually, it really lured me in. But my first experience with the story, the writing, the music, the soundtrack... Wait, I said music and soundtrack. Even though I came for it visually, I am loving the story so far. Throughout the game, you experience the story of 8 playable characters, and I'm currently going through the Ophelia Clement one, and at the beginning, it's quite a touching and emotional experience. I like games like that. I like games that tug at your heartstrings. It's a fantastic game, and if you've got a Nintendo Switch or have somebody who's getting a Nintendo Switch this Christmas, you've got to put this game on there. You've got to have it. It's fantastic. But you cannot mention the Nintendo Switch and must-have games without bringing up Super Mario Odyssey. I was super tempted to put Breath of the Wild here as my top Nintendo game, but I really didn't enjoy my initial experience with it. Super Mario Odyssey, from the very beginning, I absolutely loved. Super Mario Odyssey is quite the open world game. In my experience of older Mario games, it's quite linear from point A to B. But this, you can explore, you can take over creatures with your magic hat, all while forgetting you're actually meant to be rescuing Princess Peach yet again. It's an absolute blast. Like I said, Breath of the Wild was an amazing game, but I instantly knew what I was doing. I instantly fell in love with the gameplay, the visuals, how well it ran. That's important on a handheld system, how well it runs, and it was just incredible. I love this game. I really recommend this game, and I think everybody else does too. This is a must-have. Going back to Xbox is one that people might find surprising to be on my best of 2018 list. Sea of Thieves. I really enjoy this game. My experience with it using the 7-day Xbox Pass was just a blast from beginning to end. I really enjoy this game. It's a pirate game with some of the best visuals and sea simulation I have seen in a pirate game. Sea of Thieves is a true joy, and even though it had a really shaky launch, I truly believe this game has caught up to what it promised and what I thought it would be. Again, this is one of those games where I really believe you cannot go wrong with trying it out or getting it for a loved one. Now, even though this game wasn't released in 2018, this was released mid-2017, I wanted to include this on my 2018 list because this is what I experienced in 2018, and it is absolutely incredible. What Remains of Edith Finch. Edith Finch is a story adventure game developed by Giant Sparrow, and it's one of the most fun, joyful, most family-friendly... Well, actually, no, I take that one back. I've just remembered the shark bit. This is one of the best experiences I've had in a very long time. Through the game, you're playing as the main protagonist, Edith, and she's trying to figure out what the heck happened to her family. This game, again, not family-friendly. It's really nice. It's a really sweet story. It's just so calming. It's soothing. I really recommend this game. This game is also very luckily available on Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Now, one that isn't officially fully out yet, some people might disagree with this being on my list for that reason, is Life is Strange 2. This game is just incredible so far. I love it. Life is Strange 1 was an absolute blast. Max and Chloe are two of my favorite characters in a video game ever. And episode 1 of Life is Strange 2 was just so incredible. The writing, the soundtrack, the characters, wonderful yet again. I am super excited for the future. Again, Game of the Year material, I think. Next is The Crew 2. The Crew 2 is one of the most riveting casual racing experiences I've had in a very long time. In fact, I would definitely say better than Forza Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 4 puts a lot more realism on the table, where The Crew 2 just puts fun right in your face. You can go from the click of a button, flying your plane, to driving a boat, to being on a bike, to mountain racing in a big decked out Jeep, to speeding along in a Lamborghini. The Crew 2 and its previous game, The Crew, is just absolutely incredible. I thoroughly enjoy this game. Again, it's not a realistic simulation racing game. This is just a fantastic couch casual experience game. It is incredible, and I really enjoy this and highly recommend this if you enjoy or your loved one enjoys racing games. But very swiftly, moving away from any kind of game we've had previously, is Cuphead. Cuphead is a run-and-gun, old cartoon-style game. This is an absolutely sadistic experience. I love this game. I hate this game. It's just really fun. As you can see, it's quite hectic on the screen. I would not get this for the accident-prone person because I guarantee they will be throwing a controller at the wall. The story goes, you have to go and collect some debts for the devil. There's no story here. You're here for the gameplay, and the gameplay is absolutely incredibly good fun if you can not smash stuff. And now for my game of the year, Final Fantasy 15. Yes, I know this game didn't officially release in 2018, but the Windows version did, so I'm using that as a cheat to get it on this list. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 15. I got it about a year ago, and then I played it almost a full year later, and I really, really enjoyed my experience with it. It's a nostalgic experience for me. I love this game. I love the characters, the visuals, the soundtrack, the story. It's beautiful, especially the moments with Luna. I love them. I know a lot of people will probably be unhappy with me, A, adding this on my list, and B, having it as my game of the year, but that's where I stand on this. I absolutely love this. If you like JRPGs, if you like open world games, if you just like a killer soundtrack that you could just explore the world to, this is it. If you think your loved one will enjoy that, this is it. Personally, I believe this is a game that not everybody will like, but should be tried at least once. I really enjoy Final Fantasy 15. I admit to being biased, completely biased towards it, but I love it. You follow the story of Noctis and his friends as they go on a journey to basically save the world from darkness. I just love this game. I'm gushing about it. I'm gonna stop talking now because that's my game of the year. Just by a cheat. If I had to give Game of the Year to any other game, though, it would be tied with A Way Out or Red Dead Redemption 2. Those two games are easily Game of the Year material and the best games released in 2018. But now I'm going to leave it there because those are my top games of 2018. I really enjoyed making this little list. Initially, I wanted to just share with you what the top games were of 2018, not voted by me, but I thought it'd be a much more personal experience if I only talked about games which I knew a lot about. God of War is the only exception on this list. But seriously, thank you very much for watching this video. If you plan on getting any of these games, if you plan on getting a loved one, any of these games, let me know in the comments. But I really hope that this video was fun, and I hope maybe you found a new Christmas game. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you leave a like and comment, as it really does support the channel. Thank you guys, thank you so much. See you in the next video.